Beautiful, isn't it? Welcome back to the garage. Welcome back to more garage shenanigans. So in the spirit of the holidays, I decided to give myself a gift that keeps on giving in the form of a frustrating, expensive, and probably drawn out winter build. So in front of me, I don't think I've shown it on the channel before, is my 2008 Z06 Corvette. It's got heads, big cam, ported intake manifold, long tube headers, E85, basically a full bolt-on max effort NA car. Makes around 630 to the tire. Obviously all aluminum 427 LS7. I think I'm just under 20,000 miles on it right now. And I've been running it like this for 4 years now, since I think I did the last build winter of 2016 into 2017. And I mean, the car's been fun. It's been fast. It's been mid-tens. It's capable of probably nines with a better driver. It's won a lot of races against some, pretty high horsepower cars. She's never seen a set of taillights.
But that monster has never seen a set of taillights.
Just kidding. She's lost a couple races too. But for 630 horsepower, everyone knows in the car world, the C6, Z06, can be pretty stout NA. And I mean, this platform's almost 15 years old at this point. So I've been really happy with how it's done. Just NA, basically, stock bottom end, never been out of the car. But I've been wanting to do this for a couple years. I think I decided this is the winter to do a twin turbo build. So here we have the beautiful 19,000 mile, all aluminum, 427 cubic inch LS7, 630 bald eagles to the rear tires. And over here we have a rusty, oily, junked 5.3 out of, I believe it's a 2009 Avalanche. So the plan right now is to go in there. Crazy, right? But the theory behind that is that the 427 LS7, the cylinder walls are so thin because they bored basically this block out to a 427 that they are terrible for boost. LS7s, anything more than 5 PSI, you're kind of rolling the dice. So the 5.3 aluminum Gen 4 is known as probably the strongest stock bottom end motor the GM ever produced, as far as the truck motors are concerned. It's already got 243 heads on it. Let's see the 5.3 liter. This is what's called the LC9, all aluminum block, super strong crank. So my plan is to do a piston rod 5.3 build, aftermarket heads, and a set of turbos in the fenders, because I had that base model that I did a big S480 80 millimeter turbo up here, and it was fun, but I had to do the exhaust out the fender, and I don't really want to cut this car up. I want it to be a little bit more sleeper, so I'd like to keep radiator and all that in stock position, hide the turbos in the fenders. You'll probably be able to see them down here. But other than that, the exhaust is going to go all the way out the back, right to the Borla tailpipes there. So that's the plan. Figured I would document this whole process since I'm trying to get this YouTube channel going. So, there's snow on the ground now, there's salt on the road, so the car's going to be up till April anyways, so I might as well tear into it. I'm going to start probably figuring out the turbo kit here, welding that up, tacking that up, and I think the first thing I'm going to do, just put them in the basement for the rest of the winter is remove this whole clip so it doesn't get scratched up, you know, bumper, hood, fenders, and then eventually I'll get it on the lift over here. But for now, just gonna get this front end taken apart and go from there. Should be a fun build, follow along. Hopefully we have a 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 horsepower car come springtime. So, you know, should be making almost double what it makes now, and it's already, in my opinion, pretty fast. So let's see what we come up with. All right, so we got the front clip entirely off the car, bumper, both fenders, all the wheel well liners, bumper support, brake ducts, cooling ducts, all that. So ready for the winter build, and I should be able to get a jack under there easily now so I can get it over here up on the lift. So let's back this thing out into the snowstorm that just started and pull it in and get it up on the lift and probably start removing the exhaust. All right, got her up on the lift. It's a process with these cars, man. They're so low, especially with these side skirts. I had to go out and buy some hockey pucks. You know, barely clears here. But we got her up there. This is my first winter having a lift, so it should be a lot easier, you know, working on this thing, especially building a turbo kit, doing exhaust work. So you can see the long tubes on there right now, X-pipe, off-road. So the plan is going to be similar to the UPP kit. Going to mount the turbos in the fenders here. Cold side piping will go up in the fender liners here to the intercooler, and then the down pipe from the turbo will eventually connect back to the X pipe here. That's the plan right now, but I think that's enough. Getting kind of late in the day. Got it up on the lift, and I think I need to order turbos probably. This is a dirty camera lens here. There we go. Gonna order turbos and some exhaust piping to start doing the hot side, so we can start, fabbing up where in here the turbos are gonna go, make sure everything fits, and yeah, keep going. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. So it's been about a week. Haven't worked on the Corvette at all because I'm working on this Mach 1 that I picked up a couple days ago. I'm doing a little roof repair right now, and I don't know how this is all going to shake out when I'm releasing and everything and whatnot, or every video, but obviously doing a video on this, so, stay tuned for that on the channel. But for now, we need to work on this. So I've been talking with my engine builder, and I basically think we're going to use this block. Like I said, it's LC9, really strong aluminum block, one of the strongest blocks that GM makes in an aluminum casting. I think we're going to basically not use anything except for maybe the stock crank, but I might run a Cali's Compstar crank, forged rods, forged pistons. I'm probably going to do aftermarket heads. But either way, as soon as possible, I need to get this thing completely broken down and basically a bare block to bring to the engine builder so that he can start, honing it and decking it and building all his oil clearances and whatnot. So I need to get going on this. Because that's really, while he has that, I can be doing fab work and God knows what else on this thing for, he's really backed up, so it might take a few months. So I'm probably just going to time lapse this because, I need to get it done. But yeah, going to break down this God knows how many miles. The guy claims 100,000 miles, but we've heard that before. 2009 5.3, and see how the cylinder walls look and see how everything else looks. It turns over nice. Seems like it has even compression, but hopefully all the cylinder will. So we got both heads off. Better look at the cylinders. They all look really good. You can still see all the factory cross hatching in them. Just rotating it over a few times took care of some of that surface stress. I put some PB blaster in there. Like I said, not that it matters because I think we're going to bore it and, you know, or at the very least tone it. So already got all the lifters and trays out. Next, get the timing cover off, get the cam out, get the oil pan off, and then start getting these pistons out and ready to go to the machine shop. One other thing I wanted to show you guys, I've got the entire top end of the motor right here. I got this valve train organizer. Really like this thing. Organizes all your push rods, rockers, lifters, head bolts. In this case, we're not reusing any of it, so it doesn't really matter. Good for storage, but in a case where you'd be putting a motor back together, you want all these parts that have worn together to go back in the same order. So really recommend these valve train organizers. Over here, got the timing dots lined up. You can see this dot on the cam gear, and then probably hard to see, but down there's a little mark on the crank gear as well, are lined up center to center at 12 o'clock. So we know that piston number 1, which is right here, is at, you know, completely flush with the deck and is at top dead center. So this is where, again, doesn't matter now, but if you're going to remove your cam, this is where you do it. All right, we're making progress here. So first of all, we got the exhaust out, the long tube headers. We test fit the Camaro manifolds or LS3 manifolds, so those are on there. Got the dry sump oil tank out, which was right here. So this is where the turbo is going to go, so that's gone. And we also got out the washer fluid tank, which is right here, because that's where the other turbo is going to go. So making some headway here. A bandsaw, Harbor Freight Special. Got a nice Lennox bimetal blade on there. So we're going to use this for most of our cuts for this project, as opposed to the chop saw that I used on my single turbo Corvette. And the reason is the cuts are just much better. Almost no cleanup. This is 10 gauge stainless steel, so just about the hardest stuff there is out there to cut. Nice, thick stainless steel. And this is what you get with a chop saw, basically. See all that slag and crap that you need to clean up. It's messy, it's super loud. You go through blades like crazy. So I spent the money, got a cheap chop saw, put a nice blade on it. Should make our cuts for this project a lot better. We are going to chop the ends off those manifolds now that we know that they fit with a little bit of cutting. Gonna weld V-bands on there on both sides with a little bit of an extension pipe, which is that pipe over there on the workbench. So we're gonna do that, driver and passenger side, and then we can start the rest of the hot side. So let's get these manifolds. So we got both manifolds knocked out, V-bands welded on both sides. So we're basically ready to start building the rest of the hot side. We're actually on our way back right now from also picking up a LS2 style cathedral port intake manifold. So that'll be the intake that we're going to run with this new motor. It's a good deal locally, so we grabbed that. So we got most of the major components for the motor. Got a good start on the hot side of the turbo kit. Lots of parts coming in. So I think I'm going to end this first video here. Check out the next video, which will be finished fabricating the rest of the hot side, including probably the downpipes.